Welcome to today's episode. Today, we are going to talk about living without fear, according to Chanakya. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in the human mind. It shapes decisions, controls behavior, and quietly determines the direction of life. According to Chanakya, fear is not just an emotion. It is a habit of the mind. Chanakya observed that most people do not live according to their intelligence, but according to their fears. Fear of loss, fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of uncertainty. And because of this, they live smaller lives than they are capable of living. Chanakya did not believe that fear could be removed completely. He believed it could be understood, and what is understood loses its power. One of Chanakya's core insights was that fear grows strongest when a person becomes attached. Attached to outcomes, attached to comfort, attached to reputation, attached to security. The more a person clings, the more he fears losing. This is why Chanakya taught detachment, not withdrawal from life, but freedom from dependence. A person who depends too much is easy to control. Chanakya believed that fear is the price paid for dependence. When survival depends on approval, fear enters speech. When happiness depends on possessions, fear enters action. When identity depends on success, fear enters decision-making. Chanakya taught that a fearless person is not reckless. He is independent. Independence does not mean isolation. It means inner stability. Another important teaching of Chanakya was about truth. Fear multiplies when a person lives dishonestly. When words do not match thoughts and actions do not match values, the mind becomes divided. A divided mind is always afraid of being exposed. Chanakya believed that integrity reduces fear naturally. A person with nothing to hide has little to fear. This is why Chanakya emphasized clarity in conduct, not perfection, but alignment. When life is aligned internally, fear loses ground. Chanakya also observed that fear often comes from imagination. The mind imagines worst-case scenarios far more often than reality produces them. Fear lives in the future. Intelligence lives in the present. A mind trapped in the future loses strength. Chanakya advised grounding attention in what can be done now. Action reduces fear. Overthinking increases it. Fear grows when the mind is idle. This is why disciplined action was central to Chanakya's philosophy. Another major source of fear, according to Chanakya, is ignorance of one's own strength. People underestimate themselves. They assume weakness before testing capacity. Chanakya believed that strength is discovered through responsibility. A person who avoids responsibility never discovers his power. And what feels unknown always feels frightening. Chanakya encouraged responsibility not for burden, but for confidence. Each responsibility handled reduces fear. Another subtle insight from Chanakya was about mortality. Fear increases when a person tries to escape reality. Life is uncertain. Loss is unavoidable. Change is constant. Resisting these truths creates anxiety. Chanakya taught acceptance, not resignation. Acceptance strengthens the mind. When a person accepts reality as it is, fear loses its dramatic edge. Fear feeds on resistance. Acceptance removes its fuel. Chanakya also spoke about courage. Courage, according to him, is not absence of fear. It is action in the presence of fear. Waiting for fear to disappear leads to paralysis. Moving forward despite fear leads to freedom. This is why Chanakya valued decision-making. A person who avoids decisions out of fear slowly loses control of life. Life decides for him. Chanakya believed that fearful people react, fearless people respond. Reaction comes from panic. Response comes from understanding. This difference changes everything. Chanakya also warned about crowd influence. Fear spreads quickly in groups. People borrow fear from others without examining it. This is why Chanakya advised thinking independently. A mind that depends on the crowd inherits the crowd's fear. A mind that observes independently remains calm. Chanakya believed silence was a powerful ally against fear. Not silence of avoidance, but silence of observation. When the mind becomes quiet, fear becomes visible. And what is visible can be examined. Fear thrives in noise. It weakens in clarity. Chanakya also emphasized physical discipline. A weak body amplifies fear. A stable body supports courage. Routine, moderation, and care for health were essential to inner strength. Fear often feels mental, but it is reinforced physically. Balance strengthens courage. Chanakya believed that fearlessness is not dramatic. It is quiet. It shows up as steadiness, as consistency, as refusal to panic. A fearless person does not rush, does not exaggerate, does not collapse under pressure. He moves calmly through uncertainty. Ultimately, Chanakya taught that fear cannot be removed by force. It dissolves through understanding, discipline, and acceptance. The person who understands himself is difficult to intimidate. The person who accepts reality is difficult to shake. The person who acts with clarity is difficult to control. Chanakya believed that freedom begins where fear ends. Not external freedom, but inner freedom. And inner freedom is the foundation of a strong life. This is the wisdom of Chanakya Neeti.